I'm going to sit down and I'm going to hold my hand. No, I'm not when I say this. If you have an Airbnb and you have a Trump Vance sign up, just know that some black people, some brown people, some white people, some people that love education, some people that don't like to be touched inappropriately are not going to want to stay at your Airbnb. Heaven Gate Farms or Far From Heaven Farms or whatever it was. Like it's going to be a no for most of us. As a matter of fact, ma'am, if you are the one who booked this Airbnb, please make sure you do your review, because I think a majority of us are not going to want to stay there. I, for one, am going to vote no. I am okay. I don't even want to look at your Heaven's Gate Farms, Far From Heaven Farms. I can't even remember what it is. I don't want to be there. It's a no for me. This administration doesn't like brown people, doesn't like black people, doesn't like people who are some white, some of them with disabilities, older people, people with education, none of them. Why would we want to be there? It's a no. But ma'am, please post your review, because if she takes the sign down, I still don't want to stay. I'm good.
Hi guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and this is Trending Pulse Worldwide, where I react to real stories, real conversations and real issues going viral in America and beyond right now. And today we are looking into something that sparked a lot of conversation online. A woman booked an Airbnb, and when she showed up, she saw a MAGA flag displayed outside the property. And without saying a word, she just turned around and left. No check-in, no explanation. She just didn't feel safe and she just left. Now, what's interesting is that the Airbnb host actually posted this online, maybe expecting sympathy, but instead the internet stood with the woman. And people are now opening up about how symbols like the MAGA flag make them feel unsafe, especially as marginalized groups or people of color. Now we're about to watch some full reactions from Americans, what they had to say about this incident and how it's deeper than just politics. So let's get into the videos and see what people are saying, then I'll be back and we can talk about it.
So our Airbnb guest got here and canceled within 5 minutes and just left. So there was no way that she could stay somewhere like this because she saw this. And she got in her car and drove away and left until we were sad.
Well, bless your little Christian heart, outskirts of heaven. Here you are thinking that if you flew a Trump flag outside of your Airbnb property, that would bring you guests and not judgment. But baby, those are no longer any kind of welcome signs. Those are warning labels at this point. Trump flags in 2025 are the new Confederate flags back in the 1990s. You know, that same flag that screams we lost the war, but we're still racists. The one that screams no LGBTQI allowed unless you're Republican and closeted. And if your pronouns aren't yes, sir, or no, sir, then you best keep on driving. You're out here acting shocked that people don't want to sleep on your property when you have a literal fascist flag flying on your yard. That's almost like walking into an Airbnb and seeing the Klan's entire closet hanging on your fucking clothesline. It's an outright middle finger to black people, LGBTQIA, women, teachers, and everybody else that's been affected by this administration down to its fucking core. I don't understand why they left my Airbnb. Well, that's because she said, not today, Satan. I'm not dying in the fucking extended scenes of Get Out. So yeah, for all you MAGA business owners, you keep acting like flying the Trump flag is a brand upgrade. But in reality, he's the little spirit Halloween of American fucking politics. Loud, tacky, and apparently just seasonal. And always leaves your business vacant. So keep flying that Trump flag, sis. But don't cry when your bookings dry up faster than you fucking already are down there. Because frankly, you're not on the outskirts of heaven. You're literally sitting on the front porch of hell at this point. With a 1-star rating and a MAGA flag flying really deeply into the breeze. I hope this helps.
I don't really understand why you're acting confused on why she left. You don't think she felt a little bit unsafe maybe staying at an Airbnb with a Trump sign displayed? That would make me feel unsafe. A Trump sign is not just about a political preference. It's more like a hostile symbol representing misogyny, homophobia, racism. And having that sign displayed at your Airbnb is basically saying, hey there, I support a man who brags about assaulting women and encouraging violence. And so when a woman books an Airbnb and sees that, especially if she's alone, she's not thinking about politics. She's thinking if she'll be safe if something goes wrong. Does the host believe in consent, or if I have the right to make my own choices about my own body medically? And if the person doesn't believe in any of those things, how could they possibly be a safe host? And if it was any person of color or a member of the LGBTQ community, a Trump sign is basically saying you're not welcome here. So showing that you are loudly aligning yourself with a man that has mocked and threatened and literally raped women naturally would make someone afraid or nervous about staying there. And it's not really hard to understand that you're just not a safe space. And by the way, what is with the sign anyway? The election is long over. It's weird.
You get to the Airbnb that you have reserved in Lexington, North Carolina, and you see a Trump flag. What do? Do you stay or do you leave? There's a farm called the Outskirts of Heaven Farm in Lexington, North Carolina, who is complaining because someone who wanted to pay their money to stay in a house on a farm, on your farm, they loved what they saw, but once they pulled up, it was giving get out vibes. There was a Trump flag, and she saw that and she left. So then the owner of the home, of the Airbnb home, goes to TikTok and is complaining because she didn't even stay 5 minutes and get to see what the house was about. She didn't need to stay 5 minutes. She already saw everything that she needed to see with that one flag. But I do wonder what the homeowner thought that the flag represented that would be received in a positive, business-like way. That flag does not represent safety, common sense, human decency, or anything of that nature. I don't really know what she thought. But what I can tell you is once you put that, you broadcast it, that's what you like, that's what you do, there's a whole new line. There's some things that you kind of think about, is it worth it? That has become a trigger, a whatever the word is, but there is the biggest divide, as we all know, that has been caused with that one word, with that one color of a cap, with that one slogan of making something great that really was not great to begin with.
All right, let's talk about it. First of all, this woman didn't say anything rude. She didn't even confront the host. She simply left, and people are praising her for trusting her gut. And honestly, in 2025, with the way things are in America, people aren't taking chances. And with Trump's administration, MAGA hats and flags are just everywhere. But to some folks, that isn't just a political preference. It feels like a warning sign. And a flag like that in front of a home you're supposed to feel safe in might signal hostility, racism, or even danger. And a lot of people, especially the Black Americans, immigrants, the LGBTQ folks, say it feels like walking into a space where you don't belong. Now, to be clear, not everyone who supports Trump is violent or hateful, but it's not about that. It's about how that symbol makes people feel. And if you're offering hospitality to strangers, wouldn't you want them to feel safe? And the support for the woman who left was overwhelming. And people are saying if your Airbnb has a MAGA flag or Confederate memorabilia, you should expect cancellation, plain and simple. And you're not just renting out a property, you're sending a message to people who are going to be coming there. And so guys, here's the thing, this isn't just about Trump or politics, it's about comfort and safety. Would you stay in a place where a flag made you feel like you were already judged or targeted? And I think what this woman did was powerful. Quiet, simple, but powerful. And she didn't argue. She just looked and felt unsafe and left. Simple. So guys, what do you think about this? Was she right to trust her instincts and walk away? Would you do the same if you were in her shoes? And should hosts take more responsibility for the symbols they choose to display? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more real conversations just like this one. So until next time, take care of yourself, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay blessed.